Here bringing you a random Who's Line Christmas story. Completely generated by random. I have no clue what's being said, so let's start. Our story begins on the day before Christmas, with over Herald Star, Pineapple, woke up to find the sound of an irritating alarm in Ryan's shoes. It was the second time such a thing had happened. Feeling abnormally frustrated, Pineapple flushed the toilet, thinking it would make him feel much better. But as usual, it did not. A few unsatisfying minutes later, he realized that his Christmas gift to the whole Hose Line gang, the map, was Maya. Right away he called his mega elitist rich friend Mangosteen. Pineapple had known Mangosteen for plus or minus 61 years, the majority of which were eccentric ones. Mangosteen was unique. She was clever, though sometimes a little abrasive. Pineapple called her anyway, for the situation was urgent. Mangosteen picked up to a very angry Pineapple. Mangosteen calmly assured him that most haired sea monkeys turn red before mating. Yet, man-eating beavers usually scandalously shudder after mating. She had no idea what this meant. She was only concerned with distracting Pineapple. Why was Mangosteen trying to distract Pineapple? Because she had snuck out of Apple's house with the map only 6 days prior. It was a sassy little map. How could anyone resist? It didn't take long before Pineapple got it back to the subject at hand. His gift, the map. Mangosteen yawned. Reluctantly, Mangosteen invited him over, assuring him they'd find the map. Pineapple grabbed his Ryan's nose and disembarked immediately. After hanging up the phone, Mangosteen realized that she was in trouble. She had to find a place to hide the map, and she had to do it randomly. She figured that if Pineapple took the best in its so-called class season, she'd had at least 2 minutes before Pineapple would get here. But if he took the pine cone, then Mangosteen could be mightily screwed. Before she could come over with any reasonable ideas, Mangosteen was interrupted by 5 annoying anteaters that were lured by her map. Mangosteen belched. Oh, not again, she thought. Feeling stunned, they aptly reached for her Brad's tact and deftly punched every one last of them. That's what it says. Apparently, this was the adequate deterrent. The discouraged critters began to scurry back towards the Chip's house, squealing with discontent. She exhaled with relief. That's when she heard the pine cone rolling up. It was Pineapple. As he pulled up, he felt a sense of urgency. He had to make a scheduled stop at Onion Sam's to pick up a 12-pack of Paul's Smiles, so he knew he was running late. With a skillful leap, Pineapple was out of the pine cone and went indiscriminately jaunting towards Mangosteen's front door. Meanwhile, inside, Mangosteen was panicking. Oh no. Not thinking, she tossed the map into a box of Richard Simmons' box, and then slid the box behind the Collins kissing appetite. Mangosteen was frustrated, but at least the map was concealed. The doorbell rang. Bing dong. Come in, Mangosteen indiscriminatingly purred. With a hasty push, Pineapple opened the door. Sorry for being late, but I was being chased by some funny-smelling self-righteous ass in a gas-guzzling, economically destroying tankish SUV, he lied. It's fine, Mangosteen assured him. Pineapple took a seat vaguely close to where the Mangosteen had hidden the map. Mangosteen grimaced, trying unsuccessfully to hide her nerves. Can I get you anything? She blurted. But Pineapple was distracted. In a tragically predictable turn of events, Mangosteen noticed an abrasive look on Pineapple's face. If pineapples have a face, I'm not sure. Pineapple slowly opened his mouth to speak, if they have mouths. What's that smell? Mangosteen felt a stabbing pain in her shin when Pineapple asked this. In a moment of disbelief, she realized that she had hidden the map right by her loud fan. What? I don't smell anything. A lie. Abrasive look started to form on Pineapple's face, if they have faces. He turned to notice a box that seemed clearly out of place. Those are my grandma's Collins hairs from when she used to have a pet long-haired sea monkeys. She dropped him by here earlier. Pineapple nodded with fake acknowledgement. Then, before Mangosteen could react, Pineapple carefully lunged towards the box and opened it. The map was plainly in view. Pineapple stared at Mangosteen for what must have been 8 milliseconds. Absolutely thrilled, Mangosteen widely threw his hands in Pineapple's directions, clearly desperate. Pineapple grabbed the map and bolted for the door. It was locked. Mangosteen let out a saucy chuckle. Oh, if only you hadn't been so protective of that thing, none of us would have happened, Pineapple, she rebuked. Mangosteen had always been a little dim-witted, so Pineapple knew that reconciliation was not an option. He needed to escape before Mangosteen did something crazy, like starting chucking Tony's underwear at her or something. Dully ecstatic for her looming crisis, he gripped his map tightly and made a dash towards the window, driving headlong through the glass panels. Mangosteen looked up blankly. What the hell? That seemed excessive. The other door was open, you know. Silence from Pineapple. And to think I varnished that window frame 8 days ago. It never ends. Suddenly she felt a tinge of concern for Pineapple. Oh, you okay? Still silence. Mangosteen walked over to the window and looked down. Pineapple was gone. Just a small distance from the window, Pineapple was struggling to make his way through. WL's studio behind Mangosteen's place. Pineapple had severely hurt his fingernail during the window incident, if that is, pineapples have fingernails, and was starting to lose strength. Another pack of feral anteaters suddenly appeared, having caught wind of the map. One by one they latched onto Pineapple, as he tasted amazing. Already weakened from his injury, Pineapple yielded the fury of onslaught and collapsed. The last thing he saw before losing consciousness was a bustling horde of anteaters running off with his map. 6 hours later, Pineapple awoke, his prostate throbbing. It was dark, and Pineapple did not know where he was. Deep in the humid Richard Simmons bed, Pineapple was abnormally lost. As if it really mattered that he remembered that this map was taken by the anteaters. But at this point, he was thankful for his life. That's when, to his horror, a bloated anteater emerged from Richard Simon's bed. It was the alpha anteater. Pineapple opened his mouth to scream, but was cut short when the anteater sunk his teeth into Pineapple's love handle. With a faint groan, the life escaped from Pineapple's lungs, but not before he realized that he failed to protect the gift from praying eyes before the Christmas exchange. Less than 6 miles away, Mangosteen was entombed by anguish over the loss of the map. "My precious!" she cried, as she reached for the sharpened spit on sound effects mic. With a deft thrust, she buried it into the deeply into her ear. Yes. As the room began to fade to black, she thought about Pineapple, wishing she had the courage to tell him that she loved him. But she was to die alone that day, and will always be alone forever. All that remained was the map that had turned them against each other, ultimately causing their demise. But as the dew on the melancholy sapling branches began to reflect the dawn's reddish glare, all that could be heard was the thrilling cry of distinct anteaters, discrediting all things sacred to virtuous men, and perpetuating an evil that would reign for centuries to come. Our heroes, Pineapple, and, if she was one, Mangosteen, would have been unhappy with their Christmas gifts, but they were too busy being dead, 'cause heroes normally die, so no one exchanged any gifts. Instead, they hid the bottle and a variety of drugs and all died. The end. Lols.